In the top stories, man accused of 3 murders remanded to prison, a call for Barbados to tap into the logistics industry, and Saltfish take hockey title. Welcome to Nation News for Tuesday, November 17th, 2015. I'm Natasha Beckles.
No matter where you are in the world, at home or abroad, Nation News keeps you connected with what's happening in Barbados through our website, video newscast, and online e-papers. So stay connected with Nation News. News, your time, your way.
A 21-year-old man has been remanded to prison after appearing in court charged with 3 murders and 2 counts of wounding with intent. Michael Keenan Blackett of Flat Rock, St. George, is accused of killing 3 men between May 5th and August 12th this year. Charles Ellis, Ashem Talamak, and Kemal Leacock all died from gunshot injuries. Mr. Blackett is also accused of shooting 2 men in January and August. He is expected to reappear in court on November 23rd. President of the Barbados Economic Society, Jeremy Stephen, says Barbados needs to position itself to take advantage of the billion-dollar logistics industry. Addressing a meeting of the Democratic Labour Party's St. Lucie branch on Sunday, he said acting as a transshipment point could drive down the cost of living in Barbados within 10 years. Mr. Stevens said failure to act would see the country losing significant sums of money.
Effectively, when you have transshipment, you cover the export end of the business because you are effectively exporting. So therefore, you drop the cost of living. Also, logistics tends to have a lot of industries that depend on it. We are service driven right now, so naturally that would fit into our culture. Even more so, it fits into tourism. You begin to import products cheaper, so therefore you become a bit more competitive as a tourism destination. Secondly, you can then get into medical tourism in a meaningful manner because the equipment that you need to import on like medicine and whatnot, on an often basis, regular basis, can become more competitive once you have those costs falling. So you can then get effectively into medical tourism. You can start importing building materials, although I believe the building materials are misquoted at the point of purchase. I believe we pay too much for the goods. But that is another story for another time. Yeah, boy. So the whole point is that those building materials then become even cheaper, so it helps with the construction industry locally, allows us to develop much more rapidly.
If Environment Minister Dr. Dennis Lowe has his way, the National Conservation Commission will soon be in a position to help fund itself. Leading off debate in Parliament on the National Conservation Commission Validation of Fees Bill 2015 on Tuesday, he said this has been the focus of the agency since the major retrenchment of staff last year. The NCC maintains 50 parks, beaches and other public spaces around the island, and Dr. Lowe said it is necessary that money is raised to assist with this work. He told the House collecting fees for the use of facilities is therefore critical. Small business owners and stakeholders in the agriculture sector now have a better idea of how they can incorporate renewable energy into their operations. This follows a workshop hosted by the Smart Energy Barbados campaign. Project manager in the Division of Energy, Keisha Reid, spoke to Nation News.
So the purpose of the workshop is actually for public education and awareness, which is part of the program, where we're trying to encourage various sectors and explain to them why they need to be energy efficient and how they can use photovoltaic cells, which is a renewable energy resource using the sun, as part of the energy mix.
The Lions Club of Bridgetown has launched a $1 drive to raise funds to assist the less fortunate. Fundraising chairperson Valcia Inniss said funds from the $1 Can Drive will go towards the geriatric hospital, feeding the homeless, and a breakfast program at Hillaby Turner's Hall Primary School.
What we are going to do in extension with this $1 drive, which will start from today, November the 17th, and it goes right through until December the 31st, is to also extend it at Christmas time, saying that we are heading towards that time of the year where we want to also give back give more into our community by giving hampers and also to assist with giving gifts and to the children less fortunate and to assist in wherever possible.
Up next is this week's commentary with Carol Martindale.
Baloney plain and simple, if there ever was. Well, we refer specifically to the apparent uneasiness of some of our primary school teachers with the protocol for them when Governor General Sir Elliot Belgrave visits their schools. It is amazing that those who must train and guide the minds, hearts, eyes, and ears of our leaders of tomorrow could be putting forward a case based on nothing other than pure folly. The visits by Sir Elliot to our schools is a welcoming break from the stiff aloofness normally associated with the office he holds. It is a chance to interact with the Governor General, which is not something the average citizen gets to do daily. It is a chance to let our children see that the man in the highest office is someone like them. He could be their grandfather. The same protocols we would extend if it were Queen Elizabeth II or Barack Obama, the US President, visiting our schools. Let us accord Sir Elliot the same respect. And to Sir Elliot, we say, keep up the good work.
In sport, Saltfish got the better of Strike Force on Sunday night to win the Wonder Barbados Hockey Fives tournament on the Dover hard court. It was a tight contest which went down to a penalty shootout after the teams tied on 2 goals apiece at the end of the 4th quarter. After Saltfish emerged victorious, manager Venslow Leacock said it was their commitment to practice that gave them the edge. And finally, it wasn't a honey jar as in the case of Winnie the Pooh, but a real-life bear managed to get his head stuck in a milk can on Monday. Wildlife workers in Maryland had to use an electric hand saw to rescue the adult male black bear. Reports indicate the bear was calm, but workers tranquilized him for safety reasons before carefully removing the can. When he regained consciousness, he lifted his head and walked into the woods. And that's Nation News for Tuesday. For more news, log on to nationnews.com as well as YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Remember to pick up your Midweek Nation on Wednesday or subscribe to our e-paper. Thank you so much for joining us.